Okay, this is going to be a continuation of the notes on the 4-string bass. And remember, by way of review, we learned the open strings and the first 4 frets on the 4-string bass. I put most of them all down here as flat notes, but they're also sharp notes. All right, so they could all have, F sharp instead of G flat, F sharp instead of, G flat. So just don't forget that. They're sharps and flats. And so here we got our musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it picks up and repeats. A, B, C, D, E. And between the notes, we know there's a sharp and flat between A and B. Right here, right here. We know there's a sharp and a flat between C and D. C sharp and D flat. We know there's a sharp and flat between D and E. And we know there's a sharp and flat between F and G. Okay, F sharp and G flat. And between G and A, there's a G sharp and an A flat. So that's the way it all works. We know that. The good news is, when you learned those notes, you learned a bunch of these notes, okay? So next to the G flat or the F sharp is a G. Right here. Same as the open G here. We have the G here at the 5th fret. See? So, oh happy day. You already learned all these notes in here. G, D, open D. Here's D at the 5th fret. A. Here's A at the 5th fret on the E string. See what I'm saying? So let's do this. Let's just write up here. E, A, D, G. And here's your open. Here's your 1st fret. Here's your 2nd fret. Here's your 3rd fret. Here's your 4th fret. All right. So we can basically transfer all this over to here. G, A flat, A, B flat, and B, E flat, and E, F, and G flat. Just up 5 frets and over 1 string. So wasn't that the easiest thing you ever did? Once you learned these notes, you also learned about 3/4 of the rest of the notes up the neck. Okay, so let's work through that. G, here's the G. D, here's the D. A, here's the A, and so forth and so on. Next to the G is the A flat at the 6th fret, the E flat at the 6th fret, and the B flat at the 6th fret. So it would be right here. So we'll write those back up here. G, we'll just put a dot here to show that there's a sharp or flat. See what we're doing? If you had a 5 string on the B string, these notes would be down here on the B string. F, G flat, G, and A. Boom. Like here. All right, so working on through here. 7th fret is an A. 8th fret is the B flat or A sharp. 9th fret is a B. Starting back down here, same as your open D. At the 5th fret, it's your D. E flat is at the 6th fret. E is at the 7th fret. F. I hope you'll forgive me if I have a little cough or a sneeze. It's springtime pollen season here in the deep south when I'm filming this, when I'm videotaping this right now today. So it seems like the pollen got me started up yesterday, and I'm coughing and hacking and my sinuses are draining. That might be too much under the category of TMI, but it is the way it is. So please overlook that. So anyway, if you just move all this, transpose it down 1 string and up 5 frets, you know these notes, then you should know these notes already. All right, so think about that and work through that as much as you need to understand that completely. Now, today, we're just going to learn a few more notes. And then the first one is a C. Next to the B is a C on the G string, right here. All right. And then next to that is the C sharp or the D flat. We're just going to show it as a D flat, right here. At the 6th fret, bam. At the 7th fret is a D. At the 8th fret is an E flat. Remember, we got an E flat here, so we got an E flat here. We got a D here, we got a D here. And then at the 9th fret is an E. So all you have to learn in today's lesson is these 5 notes, okay? And guess what? Since you already know these notes, open E, open A, open D, and open G, you also know these 4 notes at the 12th fret because they're the same as the open notes. E, A, D, G, E, A, D, G. So when we finish this lesson here in just a minute today, you're going to know all these notes down here: A sharp, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, E, F up to G flat, up through the 9th fret. And then I'm going to come back with one more lesson and we're going to talk through these last little section. All right. We'll call this the first position. We'll call this the middle no man's land or the middle earth or the middle ground. And then we'll call this the upper structure. Or maybe we'll come up with some more clever names. But it's no harder to learn these notes than it is these. As a matter of fact, I wish whenever I had learned to play bass many, many years ago, I wish I had learned these notes first. Instead of learning these notes last, I wish I had learned these notes first. That's why I'm going to do it in just 3 short lessons to get to these notes here, because these are some of the most vital and useful notes you can have. Okay? So let's just play through chromatically through this position. And we'll have to do a 1 fret shift because remember we had our open string. So up here, when we start on the C, we don't have an open string. So we're going to shift with our first finger up a fret, half step, up to the E. And when we get to the E, we're going to shift back. Okay. All right, that's it for this lesson. Work on that. Watch this video as many times as you need to learn all those notes. And we'll come back with one more lesson.